Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's time for more spoilers from my favorite set of all time, Phyrexia All Will Be One. Strongly indicating that all stock prices for Hasbro will be $1 pretty soon. So first up, we've got, and no joke, apparently this translates to Succulent Cranial Dwelling. I really hope that that's the actual English name of the card when it comes out. So it's some kind of creature, Death Touch, 1/1 for 1 in black with Toxic 1. Because we needed more of that. Next up, Volt Charge is a 3-cost red instant. It deals 3 damage to any target, and then Proliferate. That's just great. Now, this isn't a story spotlight card, but this is interesting. It says there's a war brewing between Norn, of course, Elish Norn, and Urabrask, who I thought was dead. Exploit the chaos, and we can take them both down for good. Ooh, maybe they should go on Jerry Springer. Just throw some chairs, work it out. That's not a dated reference. Just the show is older than some of you. Next up, Feed the Infection. That probably is the name of it. It's a 4-cost black sorcery. Draw 3 cards, then lose 3 life. And then corrupted each opponent that has 3 or more poison counters loses 3 life. Okay, so this is card draw in black. All they make you do is lose 3 life, which, you know, is not insignificant, but come on. And it overdraws the golden unwritten rule ratio in blue of 1.5 mana per card. Set, of course, by Divination. There's about 50 other examples, and there are, you know, exceptions, but generally that's where it's at. So this beats it in the non-draw a card color just because they tacked on lose 3 life. Pretty messed up. But this whole set is a very high power level. Remember, the last couple we saw are very low power level. Like Capenna? Come on, that might as well have been called New Commander, because that set wasn't for Standard. Now this clearly has some Commander cards in it, but my gosh, even the commons and uncommons are really cranking up the power level. I don't like that. I thought Standard was going back to a good place, but, well, there's poison counters in this set. And Proliferate. Standard is not going to a nice place with this one, so it's kind of consistent at least. Next up, a Natural Restoration. It's a 2-cost green. Sorcery, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, and then Proliferate. Drastically overpowered for 2, once again. Next up, Urabrask's Anointer. It's a 4-cost red artifact creature, Phyrexian Wizard. And whenever, it's a 4/2, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of permanents you control with oil counters on them. But see, then he himself doesn't have an oil counter, which makes me think it wouldn't really fit in an oil counter deck. But can the oil stand by itself? Probably not. But would it just borrow better cards like red rares and red mythics from other sets? I would think yes. Next up, Incisor Glider. It's a 2-cost 1/3, not bad, artifact creature Phyrexian construct, but it is white. Flying and corrupted. When it attacks, if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn, which doesn't affect Toxic in any way. It just makes them a little bit bigger. Harder to stomp out if you just do a non-stop onslaught, but yeah, white weenie infect is going to be just about the worst thing in the set. Next up, Expand the Sphere. It's a 4-cost green sorcery. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Oh yeah, there's like land dump and land recursion and ramp in this set. Because why not? At least it promotes mono at least 50% of the time. Like that'll do anything. So if you put fewer than 2 lands onto the battlefield this way, then you must be playing on Arena. Then Proliferate a number of times equal to the difference. Oh, that's not exploitable in any way, I'm sure. Look, it's a double Proliferate. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not exactly Charbelcher, but still. Next up, Resistance Skyward, and it's a 5-cost double red because, of course, Ogre Rebel with Menace and Reach. 5/5. Not bad. At least red isn't, like, Rush in this set, but that's not going to save it. Next up, Gleeful Demolition, a red Rush card. Now, it's a 1-cost red sorcery. Destroy target artifact. If you controlled that artifact, create 3 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Oh, we have Phyrexian Goblins. Aren't they adorable? Next up, we got Uxita Finisher. It's a 7-cost 7/5 Ogre Rebel. If that's how much they cost, the Rebels are going to lose. Affinity for Equipment. What? I think we've seen that before, but still, what? By the way, why does this look so funny? Is this like a digital, like, what is up with the font? I don't understand this. Is this how they encoded it? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where half these come from? I could look, but I don't care. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each equipment you control. 7/5 Trampler? Okay. I mean, you could get them out for like 2. Not real soon, but you could. You know what? It would almost be funnier if he had haste. It would probably be pretty broken, but it would be funny because, you know, big monkey. Iron Man monkey, you know, give him haste. Next up, Sawblade Scamp. It's a 1-cost red creature, Phyrexian Beast, 1/1 with haste. Heyo. Whenever you create a non-creature, or whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Sawblade Scamp. Okay, not bad. Tap, remove an oil counter from Sawblade Scamp. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. What is the point of that other than an oil generator that sits there and doesn't attack? Because you need it. That's stupid. Next up, Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Oh yes, if you tickle someone that hard, they are going to be immobilized. It's actually more effective than a taser. So it's a 4-cost artifact in blue, and it enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. Oh, I guess she got Phyrexified. Phyrexitated. Completioed. So if you tap it, remove an oil counter from it, tap target artifact or creature, which makes it like, I think worse than about 3 cards in standard and about 50 cards in the game. Oh, it's a draft card. Next up, Prosthetic Injector. Oh, is he in the 7-Eleven parking lot giving out jabs for certain illnesses? Looks like he would be. Now, call me crazy, but I don't think you inject prosthetics, but okay, it's a 1-cost artifact equipment. Okay, 1-cost equipment, hey, equip 1. Equip creature gets +0/+2 and has Toxic 1. Oh, good, you can toss around the Toxic. Oh, we needed this so much. All colors have access to this. Yes, absolute 10 out of 10. Perfect card. My gosh, the players are going to enjoy this so much. Next up, Despertar o Adormecido. Look, it's Portuguese, not Spanish, but I actually was just like, I don't know what you'd call it, just like messing with people on Twitch. Because it's weird. Nobody on Twitch has any idea who I am. Like, one person was like, wait a minute. And everybody else was like, oh, okay, whatever. People with like 200 people watching them play Magic, like none of them have no idea who I am, which is hilarious. So I was just messing around in the chat. I told these 2 guys, and it was 100% accurate. Go watch the clip. I say that like any of us remember who that was, although my Discord did raid them. That they look like the 2 guys from the David Blaine parody skit, and immediately both of them, they're just like right off the bat, Cheez-Its, oh, orange soda, you know, oh, you're a time-traveling demon. One of them, I think, knew me though, and he was trying to not be like impolite. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I tuned into a Portuguese streamer, and I knew like 1 in every 4 words. And I speak a little bit of Italian as well. Like, for example, you guys, don't you know this or not? That's the proper pronunciation of Italian. Oh, wait, I almost said it wrong that time. Y'all get this out my head. Well, anyway, on the bottom, I don't know what that part in italics says, but based on the name, I assume it says, subscribe to Desolator Magic. So it's Awaken the Sleeper, it's a 4-cost red sorcery, and gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap the creature, it gains haste until end of turn. If it's equipped, you may destroy the equipment attached to that creature. Wait, red counter equipment when red plays equipment. Huh. I hate these effects, they're just so annoying. It's not as bad as stealing your creature permanently, but they've always had red-black sack, and I think there are like free or close to it sack outlets now. I don't think this is going to do it. You need like a couple Steelers cheaper than this, but I don't know. Next up, Cacophony Scamp. It's a 1/1 for 1 in red because of course it is Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, proliferate. Oh, fun. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. I am so sick of that effect. There's about 5 different ways to make it completely non-interactive and unfair, where before you've even won, you completely lock your opponent out of winning the game unless they can gain life, and then usually on top of it, they give you a red card that blocks gaining life. Just stupid annoying mechanic. One of the worst parts of Capenna. I hated it. So next up, I believe this translates to Vesti Lejuba. Shout out to everybody from my live streams and my Discord who gets that reference. So it's 2-cost white artifact, and when Vesti Lejuba or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gains +1/+1 in vigilance until end of turn. That's kind of weird, while also in other formats being completely overpowered. Well, next up, Infested Flesh Cutter. Is this one people are up in arms about? I don't remember. It's a 2-cost white artifact equipment. Okay. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Okay. Whenever equipped creature attacks, oh god. Create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block, and then equip 3. Wonderful. I was just hoping that we would get unlimited mites. I was afraid there might not be enough. Ha ha ha. Pun very much intended. But next up, we've got Alabarda de Exuro. Exoruo? Dude, Portuguese, man. Just calm down with the pronunciations, okay? You either gotta go full French or you gotta back it up to Spanish. Just pick a side. Also, top 05! Woo! No sé qué es. Don't care either. Oh! Ex de Oro. Okay. Hex Gold Halberd. So it's a 2-cost red artifact equipment. It has 4 Mirrodin, which means when you drop it in, you get a 2/2 token and attach it. And while it's your turn, equipped creature has first strike and trample. Hello. And equip 3. Okay, that's just decent. Next up, Quicksilver Fisher. It's a 5-cost blue for 3 I said it again. It's a Phyrexian. Whatever, we'll go with that. Drake. Flying. When this creature enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Oh boy, what utter power. Well, I can't really say that's it for today because JAT Games, whoever that is, they have 20 subs and this video has 7.3 thousand views. Nice. Oh man. So they got an actual box of actual Phyrexia All Is One, which means they're actually in trouble. Look, if it's on the shelf retail everywhere, people are pulling them and you're pulling them out of the wrong packs and stuff, whatever. WotC could go after you, but it would be a toss-up. This, oh no. No, them trying to ship stuff out to get it out on release day in foreign countries and you just grabbing one and opening it? Come on, dude. I'm not saying I don't support it. I'm just saying, like, get a lawyer. So, ballpark, they spoiled about 100 cards. Well, buena suerte, amigos, y I'm gonna go do something mejor con mi tiempo. Like walking around Saint Denis, armed to the teeth, while they still yell racial slurs at me. Well, can't wait to see what this set does to the various metas when it comes out, my NWAs. And I'll see you guys next time.